What is up, YouTube? This is Carl here. It's been 7 events since I installed my eBay hydraulic handbrake, and after those 7 events, my master cylinder's dead. Probably because of user error, mistreatment, or it's because it's an eBay master cylinder, but whatever. Thanks to the guys over at Drift HQ, I'm going to be switching over to a dual caliper setup finally. I love dual caliper setups. They're proper. In my opinion, they're the best way to do it. And it's going to give me the advantage of a hydro handbrake without the crappy feel of the brake pedal when you pull the handbrake. So, really the only thing I'm going to be keeping with the setup is my old handle and the bracket. Everything else could be pretty much changed. So, I'm going to show you what's going to be involved with that setup and all that good stuff. So, let's get to it. So, this is most of the stuff that I'm going to be using for my dual caliper setup. Right here, these gold plates are the dual caliper brackets that have just came out from a company called Drift HQ. The brackets do come with hardware, and they also require you to remove the stock e-brake system, so bear that in mind if your car is a street car. This kit also requires you to run E39 calipers off of a BMW 5 Series, and you also need to be running a 330 brake system. So the calipers and the rotors, I actually have the rotors on the car, that's why you don't see it in this shot. I'm going to be running a Wilwood master cylinder. This guy I found online. Forgot the specs on it, but whatever, I'll link it down in the description. It is a 0.62 inch diameter master cylinder, so bear that in mind. Chase Bay has also supplied me with some dual caliper lines that I'm going to be using. I don't want to be dealing with hard lines this time. They're a pain in the ass. I'm going to be running these nice lines. Thanks, Chase Bays. I paid retail on these, by the way. No one helped me out with this. One thing that I'm also going to be changing, I'm running this, I forgot what this is called. I think it's a Clevis. I got off MasterCar. This is what I'm going to be using with the master cylinder because it's a different thread pitch than the eBay Master. So I had to get one of these. I'll link this down in the description as well as the rest of these parts. I'm also going to be modifying my existing hydro bracket, I guess you would say. So I'm going to be working on that as well. But enough talking. Let's get to this. I almost forgot. One thing that I'm missing from this picture, I actually need to get some brake pads for both of the calipers. Alright, so first things first, you pretty much got to remove the entire brake system. Took out the calipers and the bracket. You can probably just take out the bracket by itself. So just hold on right here and right here. But I went and separated the caliper from the bracket just because that's how I want to do it. Obviously calipers right here, so you got to take out the bolt that sits right there. Take that out, you can slide the rotor off once you get everything off. As I mentioned earlier, you do have to take out all of the stock e-brake system, so the pads and all that stuff you got to take out, and you also have to take out the dust shield slash the parking brake bracket, so all of that stuff has to come off. Now my first struggle was taking out the e-brake line that goes in here that attaches to a little bit of a bracket that pushes or expands the parking brake shoes. That was my first struggle. I actually ended up drilling that out. So I ended up drilling it with a 3/8 inch drill bit from the back side. That is the inboard side. So now that I have all that stuff off, I start putting stuff together. One thing I do want to mention, with the brake dust shield, it's held on by 4 bolts. 2 right here, and then there's two on the bottom. And you take that out. And I also used, because the brake dust shield is a full circle, you either have to take out the hub to get it off, or in my case, I'm not going to be using them anymore, so I use some shears. An angle grinder will do if you have that as well, but it's just not going to be reusable. So keep that in mind. I did have to take off the lower control arm just to get access to that sleeve that I drill out. Keep that in mind as well. Now for the Drift HQ bracket, there's a little bit of a extruded sleeve that's threaded. That's actually going to go into where the stock e-brake line went into. Alright, now that I have the dual caliper on, I actually ran the brake lines already, so I don't know if you can see it. Right there, I have it coming down from the caliper. So it's actually going into the OEM, focus? You can see it right there anyway. It's actually going into the OEM location for the e-brake line. Here's a better picture of it. So it comes here, goes into the e-brake line. Obviously I removed all the OEM e-brake lines. That actually shoots out over here, and it comes with this connector. Let's see. It comes with that connector, like a T. Put that in there, and can't see it, but from there it goes into the cabin. You can see it right there. It goes into the cabin. I do need to wrap that with some sort of protective material. I'm probably gonna use some silicone line. That way I don't potentially rub through these nice blinds. So from there, comes through the tranny tunnel, kind of loops around, and then it's gonna go right into my master cylinder. I already have the master cylinder on, and I also have this Clevis joint on. So from here, pretty much gonna bleed the brakes, get all this mounted up, and then ready to go. I also finished my bracket for the hydro, so it's gonna be bolting right here, and I'm gonna drill a hole into the tranny tunnel right there. And unfortunately, I do have to use a rivet for that location on the back of the hydro bracket, but we'll see how it goes. I'm using a 5/16 by 18, not a rivet, a rib nut that I got from my Master Car. I'll link it down in the description as always. So that's what I'm going to be using. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to bolt it through the tranny tunnel because there's a bunch of stuff in the way. So I'm going to be using a rib nut. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. Alright, so before I get anything tightened up, I need to get this bracket out painted so it doesn't rust anymore. It's already rusting. So let me just get that sprayed down really quick, and then we'll get to doing the rest of these lines. So this is a bracket that I made. These two holes use the OEM location for the, I forgot what it was, but it's on the tranny tunnel, and obviously these two are for the bracket, these two are for the bracket. This I need to drill into the tranny tunnel, but let me give this a quick wet sand, and then we'll get this painted up so I don't have to worry about it again. So before I put the hydro bracket back on, I need to drill out this hole right here. That way I can get the rib nut on. Let me put this light on. Ooh. Right, let's see what we can do about that. Is this supposed to be this hard?
That's what she said.
Alright, hopefully that's strong enough. Whoa! That is sturdy. Not too shabby. Ain't the best paint job in the world. Alright, let's get everything else mounted. So like I was saying, Wilwood master cylinder, got the chase bays, hydro line, right into it, and I got a Clevis joint from McMaster Car. Nice and sturdy. Love it. It's coming together. Like a glove. Alright. So I got the sleeve on there. It's just, focus. It's basically just a silicone sleeve or a silicone hose that I cut. I think it's a 1/4 inch ID. But point is, it's protecting it from all the shear metal. Don't mind all the rust. Totally forgot about that. So I tried bleeding my brakes. And guys, don't forget, your bleeder valve should be on the top, so keep that in mind. I tried bleeding my brakes and totally just realized that this isn't going to allow air bubbles to escape from the caliper. So now I got to switch the caliper from the driver's side to the passenger side and vice versa. Alright, hydro setup's pretty much done. Everything's all tightened up, bled, and all that. Pretty nice. So again, don't forget, when you're doing your calipers, make sure the bleed screw is on the top. If you don't have it on the top, you're not going to be able to bleed your brakes. So, alright, so the rear calipers I got from Drift HQ were actually the wrong calipers. You know, 328 calipers. So I got in contact with them and they've been really helpful with getting this issue sorted out. They sent me some new calipers. I need to send the other ones back. So yeah. These should be the right calipers, 330 calipers. Don't forget, because I don't want to make that mistake again. Bleeder screw should be on the top, so keep that in mind. I gotta get this bad boy installed, and my hydro setup is gonna be pretty much done. Got a cup right here in the very bottom to catch the fluid. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to go dual caliper. It makes a lot more sense. Oh, there's no fluid. That's because I already changed the, or I redid the brake lines going to the rear, and all my fluid pretty much dumped out from there, so we're good to go. Whether I can get this threaded on there, who knows? Yep, it is threading. Oh shit. It is threading on there. Son, it fits. For those of you who might be wondering whether or not you should grease your pads on the backside, or more so why I'm not doing it, personally I don't really care. It is a track car, so I am not worried at all whether my brakes are a little bit squeaky or not, because I don't have to deal with it every day. Boom. It's tight. Those caps back on. Don't forget to tighten this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're good to go. So pretty much everything I showed you is what you're gonna have to deal with. All you gotta do is repeat it on both sides, and you will have yourself a working dual caliper setup. Okay, so that pretty much sums up this video. I really hope this video helped to show you how to do generally kind of how to do a dual caliper setup using the new Drift HQ dual caliper bracket. So if there's anything that I missed, or if there's any questions that you have, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And if you really like this video and if you thought it was helpful, please make sure to leave a like. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for some more E46 content, some more E46 drift content. I do have a 2JZ chilling in my garage over there, so look forward to that as well. Anyways, I will catch you guys next time.